What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video. This one is going to be doing a video that's been recommended ever since the Walking Dead Season 9's first half has actually ended. I've gotten a few requests by a couple different people for me to continue on my Walking Dead throwback reviews of the episodes that I've never covered on this channel. So, we're going to continue on. We were at Season 5, Episode 1, No Sanctuary, and we did review that one in, I do believe, June, in the summertime, and then, Fear came on, the trailer came out, and all the news about Rick came out, and we kind of forgot. So, we're going to be picking it back up. We're going to at least do a few more during the break of The Walking Dead. Basically, I'm reviewing episodes of The Walking Dead that I've never reviewed before, if you're new to this channel. I'm reviewing episodes that I've never covered on this channel, because when I started this channel, Season 7 just started, like literally Episode 1, and then I reviewed all of Season 7, I reviewed all of Season 8, and I reviewed the first half of Season 9, but throughout those, summer breaks, I actually went back and I reviewed all of Season 1, all of Season 2, all of Season 3, all of Season 4, and I did the premiere review of Season 5, and then I kind of dropped it, just because I kind of got, carried away with other things that were coming out. So, we're going to pick it back up, Season 5, Episode 2, Strangers. So, let me know if you guys want to see Four Walls and a Roof. I'm planning on doing this one a week, but if you guys want to see Four Walls and a Roof earlier, Episode 3, then I will do it sooner. If not, then I'll just wait about a week or so before I do Four Walls and a Roof. So, yeah. So, Strangers. So, Strangers is a really, really great episode. Now, it's definitely not as good as the Season 5 premiere. I think everybody can pretty much agree with that. However, it's a really amazing episode all the way through. So, we basically start off the episode with Gabriel and, his, everything that's going on, but, we have, just a little bit before that, we have, Rick and the others who are kind of walking, and they're, like, marching in slow-mo, and it's really cool. They advertised it a lot in the trailers leading up to the season starting, they're marching right after Terminus. They basically think that they got them all, even though they don't know that there's actually still 6 of them, left, which, yeah, that's not much of a threat, against them, but still, it's enough of a threat to at least kill Bob, and, even though he got bit beforehand, but whatever. So, basically, they're marching along the way. They're not really sure where they're going to go, if they're going to go for Washington or just what they're going to do. But they need supplies first, is what Michonne says. But, basically, Rick and Tara have a little conversation there at the beginning, which I did like. And he's like, you didn't want to be at the prison. He's like, I tried to talk to you. He asked kind of like, did Glenn save your life? And she's like, he saved mine. And he's like, well, that's how it works with us. And she's like, right. So they kind of have a fist bump scene where it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like it. And kind of Rick letting her know, you're good. But he'll never kind of forget that she was part of the governor's group. But now I think Rick kind of almost forgets it, because Tara has become such a memorable part of the group now, with all her weird jokes and all this stuff like that. So kind of the beginning of Tara joining the group in this one. So, yeah. So basically we have a nighttime scene where Rick and Carol are talking about the watch and how, Sam got killed at Terminus, basically. So, yeah, we have a quick scene there. Carol doesn't feel that welcome in the group. You have a quick scene with her and Tyrese as well about, we don't need to tell them about the girls, not yet. I just need to forget it. They're kind of all talking about just what they're going to do next, really. So, you have a scene with Carol and Daryl. You have also a scene where someone is in the woods, and it looks like someone's walking. Daryl's like, it's nothing, But I think Daryl knows full well somebody's there. Somebody's watching them, and they just need to figure out who it is. So, yeah, so roll intro, ba-na-na-na-na, So, okay, so you come back, basically, and you have, it's the next day, and they all raise their guns, and he's like, Daryl with the squirrels or whatever, he's like, we surrender, So, we've got Rick and Daryl who have a conversation about, somebody was watching them last night, and they're not really sure what it is, and they're kind of scared about it, that type of thing. So, then they run into Gabriel, of course, and, he's like, yes, thank you, I'm Father Gabriel, and he's just like, you have any weapons on you? And he's like, do I look like I would have any weapons? And he's like, we don't care what it looks like, Abraham. And he's like, I have no weapons of any kind, And, he's all priest-like and stuff. So, basically, he decides to take them to the church, and he's like, on his way there, he kind of says something a little suspicious to Rick and the others. He's like, well, maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm lying about everything, and there's no church ahead at all. Maybe I'm leading you into a trap so I can steal all your squirrels, you know? And I was just like, oh my god, man. Like, seriously, you really just don't want these guys to trust you? That's the perfect thing to say. So, yeah, now, you know, they get to the church. Rick and the others go in first, and he's like, can we take a look around first? We just want to hold on to our squirrels, you know, so, and he asks for the keys. So, you get the big shot where Rick kind of opens the door, and he's looking in or whatever, and they're all looking around, and they're like, alright, this place is not booby-trapped or anything crazy like that. So, because they gotta check first, you know, you never know, especially with the way he was talking to them, you know, so they go into the church. He's like, how'd you survive here for so long? You know, where'd your supplies come from? And he's like, luck, you know, you know, the food bank and all that kind of stuff. So basically, they decide to go to the food bank. Rick, Sasha, Bob, Michonne, and Gabriel, and Glenn, Maggie, and Tara as well. So they all go to the food bank. A funny scene with Glenn, Tara, and Maggie there too, where he tripped or whatever, something like that. So that was funny. Just some great dialogue between the characters, kind of catching up after them being separated for so long in season 4. So that's why I really like this episode. A lot of people said it was slow. I understand if you could say that, but because it is a lot of dialogue between characters, it's not that action oriented, but it is pretty good. And the action really starts once they get into the food bank. So they go down, basically, they have the shelves and stuff, they stack the shelves, and they're killing the walkers with their knives, and then basically they push forward to save Gabriel, and they do save him, of course, with the, that one really cool looking zombie, the church lady zombie, they call it. So, yeah, I really like that zombie. That's definitely the coolest looking zombie out of the bunch. Now, you have some really cool zombie kills here. Zombie kill of this episode would definitely, for me, go to Michonne with the mixer and she just hits the walker. I think that was cool. But you could also go with the one where Sasha smashes the head after Bob is also pulled under the water too, which is pretty much the beginning of the end for Bob. So, yeah, so they get all the stuff, they get all the food and stuff, and they go back to the church. A quick dialogue scene between Rick and Michonne, which was also really cool, and it's weird seeing her without the sword at this point in time. It really is. You're kind of wondering, at least I was, at this time, when it first came out, I was like, oh man, is she ever going to get her sword back? Like, are they going to have maybe something crazy where in the TV show Michonne loses her sword forever and, like, that's it? You know, I really, for a little bit, I was kind of questioning it. I was like, man, are they really going that route? But of course, in Four Walls and a Roof, that, you know, we see her get it back. But anyways, so that was cool stuff. So we get to see them kind of have a little bit of a party scene. We have Rick and Carl and Judith and all that kind of stuff. They do see You'll Burn for this too, which was also really cool, where they see it and he's like, doesn't mean Gabriel's a bad guy for sure, but it means something. So, and another scene I forgot to touch on. I'm kind of going all over the place here, but another scene I really enjoyed in this episode was the Never Let Your Guard Down scene. That was really cool. It only takes 1 second, and it's over. And he's like, never let your guard down. I want you to promise me that. You know, and I like also when Carl said, you're right, we're strong, but we're strong enough that we can also help people and we can also handle ourselves if things go bad. And then Rick's like, he replies with, well, he's hiding something, you know, so, which, yeah, he kind of is, so, but not as drastic as what Rick thought. So, yeah, but Rick really just doesn't trust anybody. In Season 5, Rick does not trust no one. You know, he even questions Abraham at some point. So, you know, that's something. But, really cool stuff. So, we get, like I said, we get to see the party scene, Abraham's toast, and we get to see, all that stuff right there. So, then, of course, Carol wants to leave, and we have the quick scene where she is almost leaving, and then Daryl's like, what are you doing? And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, come on. You know, and then they see the car, and it has the same white cross, and I love, he goes back, and he's like, they have Beth, and he gets, crashes basically the 2 lights or whatever, and he's like, get in, and then they just drive away, right? So, then, of course, we do see them again in episode 6, so, but we see Daryl at the end of episode 3 as well, with the come on out scene, so, yeah. Takes a few episodes before we see Daryl and Carol again. Yeah, so of course, Bob and, Bob and Sasha have one last scene together with the baby and stuff, and then he walks out, and boom, immediately gets hit by Martin. So, of course, he wakes up, it's like all blurry and stuff, and he's like, you know, you waking up, and it's Tara, it's Gareth, and he's just like, you're back with us, huh? Good news is, you're not dead yet. And he's like, don't try to read into too much of the word yet there. It'll just drive you crazy, Bob. And he's so Joker-like in this scene, I find, you know? And he's like, I want to explain myself a little. We didn't want to hurt you, you know? We didn't want to pull you away from your group or scare you. This is things that we just have to do, you know? You know, it didn't start like that, eating people. It evolved into that. We evolved. You know, and he's so calm about it. And then you see the leg, and it's like, and they're starting to eat the leg, right in front of him, too. And it's like, that's how the episode ends. And it's like, are you kidding me? So, yeah. So, really exciting episode for sure. So, that's my review of episode 2, Strangers of The Walking Dead Season 5. Write your comments below. How do you think this episode was? And if you rewatched it again for this review, you know, it was a great episode. It really was. It was an amazing episode. And write in the comments below if you want to see 4 walls and a roof. I'm kind of dreading Slaptown, but I'm definitely excited to do 4 walls and a roof. So, yeah, so write your comments below. I'm super excited to maybe continue on this little series of throwback reviews, maybe 1 or 2 a week or something like that, leading up to the Walking Dead Season 9 second half. But I am doing also on Sundays my recap of each season. So we're doing a lot of throwback stuff as well, because there's not too much Walking Dead stuff, you know, current stuff for Season 9. So, you know, we have to still do Walking Dead videos. But yeah, I wanted to continue this as well, because there was a few people that wanted to see the continuation of my throwback reviews. So, yeah, write your comments below. I'm super excited to continue on this little series, and, you know, I'll leave it here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.